Texas offers a business-friendly environment that makes it an attractive location for starting a consulting business. With no state income tax, minimal regulatory barriers, and a diverse economy spanning energy, technology, healthcare, and more, the Lone Star State provides fertile ground for consultants. This guide walks through the essential legal, financial, and operational steps to launch your consulting business in Texas successfully. A consulting business provides specialized expertise to help companies improve operations, increase revenue, and implement strategic initiatives. Consultants typically work independently or form limited liability companies to serve other businesses, nonprofits, and government entities. The consulting model offers flexibility and the opportunity to leverage your professional experience in a way that creates value for multiple clients. Before diving into the legal requirements, establishing a clear niche is critical. Your niche defines your target market and helps you stand out in a competitive landscape. Start by analyzing your skills, industry expertise, and the specific needs of potential clients. Ask yourself what sets your services apart from other consultants in Texas. You might specialize in a particular industry like healthcare or energy. Focus on specific business functions, such as marketing strategy or human resources compliance, or serve a defined client segment like startups or nonprofits. Texas's diverse demographic environment also creates opportunities for bilingual or multicultural consulting services. Your value proposition should clearly answer why a client should choose you over competitors. This statement becomes the foundation of your marketing message and helps potential clients immediately understand the benefits you offer. Take time to craft a compelling value proposition that resonates with your target audience. Choosing the right business structure is one of the most important decisions when starting your consulting business. While you can operate as a sole proprietor or partnership, forming a legal entity like a limited liability company or corporation provides protection from personal liability. This protection becomes especially important if you handle valuable information, physical property, or provide advice that could result in financial consequences for clients. An LLC offers flexibility in taxation and management while shielding your personal assets from business debts and legal claims. Corporations provide similar protection, but come with more formal requirements and potential tax advantages depending on your situation. Texas does not require a general state business license, which simplifies the startup process. However, you still need to obtain a federal employer identification number from the Internal Revenue Service, even if you operate as a sole proprietor. This number is essential for tax purposes and opening business bank accounts. Local requirements vary significantly across Texas cities and counties. Many municipalities require permits or licenses for home-based businesses, and zoning laws may restrict certain commercial activities in residential areas. Check with your city and county clerk offices to determine specific requirements for your location. If you operate under a name different from your legal business name, you need to file a DBA certificate, which stands for Doing Business As. This registration typically occurs at the county level. Additionally, certain consulting fields require professional licenses or certifications. Certified public accountants, engineers, dietitians, and real estate professionals must maintain appropriate state licenses to offer consulting services in their fields. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation maintains a database of regulated professions, so verify whether your consulting specialty requires specific credentials. Tax obligations for consultants depend on your business structure. Sole proprietors report business income and expenses on Schedule C attached to their personal income tax return. Partnerships and multi-member LLCs file separate informational returns, while S corporations have their own filing requirements. Most consultants are classified as self-employed, which means you receive Form 1099, MEIC, from clients rather than a W-2. Self-employment tax covers Social Security and Medicare contributions that would normally be split between employer and employee. You typically need to make quarterly estimated tax payments using Form 1040-ES to avoid penalties at year-end. Texas does not have state income tax, which is a significant advantage for consultants. However, depending on your services, you may need to collect and remit sales tax. If you sell taxable goods or certain services in conjunction with consulting, obtain a sales and use tax permit from the Texas Comptroller. Understanding whether your specific consulting services are subject to sales tax requires careful review of state guidelines or consultation with a tax professional. If you hire independent contractors to assist with projects, proper classification is crucial. Misclassifying workers as independent contractors when they should be employees can result in back taxes, penalties, and legal disputes. The Internal Revenue Service and Texas Workforce Commission use multiple factors to determine worker status, including who controls how work is performed, how payment is structured, and the nature of the relationship. When in doubt, consult the IRS Form SS-8 or Texas Workforce Commission Form C-8 for guidance. Proper classification affects your tax responsibilities, including whether you issue 1099 forms for contractors or W-2 forms for employees. Insurance is essential for protecting your consulting business from various risks. General liability insurance covers bodily injury or property damage that might occur at your business location or during client visits. If you work from a home office, your homeowner's policy likely does not cover business activities, so separate business property coverage protects your equipment, furniture, and supplies. Professional liability insurance, also called errors and omissions insurance, is critical for consultants who provide advice, analysis, or strategic recommendations. This coverage protects you if a client claims your services caused financial harm or failed to deliver promised results. Additional insurance types to consider include cyber liability insurance if you store client data electronically, commercial auto insurance if you use your vehicle for business travel, and data loss insurance for consultants working with sensitive or proprietary information. Texas is unique in that private employers can opt out of workers' compensation insurance, though it may still be required depending on your contracts or industry. Consult with an insurance broker who understands consulting businesses to ensure you have appropriate coverage for your specific situation. Every client engagement should begin with a written service agreement. Contracts protect both you and your clients by clearly defining expectations and responsibilities. A comprehensive consulting contract includes the scope of work and specific deliverables, project timeline and milestones, payment terms including deposits and late fees, confidentiality and data protection provisions, and dispute resolution and termination clauses. Standardizing your contract templates streamlines the onboarding process while allowing customization for each client's unique needs. Pay special attention to intellectual property ownership. If you create reports, training materials, software, or proprietary strategies, the contract should specify who owns these materials after project completion. Many consultants retain ownership of their methodologies and frameworks while granting clients a license to use deliverables. Having an attorney review your contract templates is a worthwhile investment that can prevent costly disputes later. Your general business policies should be documented and shared with clients upfront. These policies might cover the types of consulting you offer, your billing system, whether you charge for travel time, payment processes and accepted methods, and cancellation or rescheduling procedures. Posting these policies on your website and providing printed copies to clients sets clear expectations from the beginning of the relationship. If you plan to hire employees, understanding basic employment law is essential. The hiring process should include legally compliant job applications, proper reference checks, and interviews that ask permissible questions. Avoid questions about protected characteristics like age, religion, marital status, or disabilities unless directly related to job requirements. Once you hire employees, your onboarding process must include employee eligibility verification using Form I-9, required tax forms such as W-4, a written offer letter or employment contract, and an employee handbook outlining workplace policies. Register with the Texas Workforce Commission for unemployment insurance and ensure proper tax withholdings for both state and federal obligations. Federal requirements include compliance with the Fair Labor Standards Act regarding minimum wage and overtime, equal employment opportunity laws prohibiting discrimination, and the Americans with Disabilities Act requiring reasonable accommodations. Even small consulting firms must follow these regulations when hiring part-time or contract staff. Using a payroll service can help you stay compliant with changing regulations and avoid costly mistakes. If your consulting work involves potentially dangerous situations, such as construction sites or hazardous materials, familiarize yourself with occupational safety and health administration and Environmental Protection Agency regulations. Texas offers resources through the Occupational Safety and Health Consultation Program and the Texas Department of Insurance Division of Workers' Compensation to help businesses understand workplace safety requirements. Creating a written business plan provides a roadmap for your consulting business. Your plan should include a clear description of your target market, a detailed pricing structure that reflects your value and covers costs, financial projections for at least the first year, and a marketing strategy to attract and retain clients. While Texas is known for its business-friendly climate, taking time to create a thorough plan increases your chances of long-term success. Your business plan also becomes essential if you seek financing or bring on partners. Home-based consulting businesses are common and viable in Texas, but they come with specific considerations. Zoning laws in residential areas may restrict certain commercial activities or require a home occupation permit. Some homeowners associations also have rules about running businesses from home. On the positive side, home-based consultants may qualify for valuable tax deductions. The home office deduction allows you to deduct a portion of your housing costs, including mortgage interest or rent, utilities, insurance, and maintenance, based on the percentage of your home used exclusively for business. Marketing your consulting business effectively requires understanding your target audience and where they seek information. Digital marketing strategies like maintaining a professional website, creating valuable content that demonstrates expertise, engaging on social media platforms where your clients are active, and building an email list for ongoing communication can generate leads cost-effectively. Traditional networking remains powerful in consulting. Join local business organizations, attend industry conferences and events, and ask satisfied clients for referrals and testimonials. Many successful consultants find that word-of-mouth referrals become their primary source of new business once they establish a strong reputation. Pricing your consulting services appropriately balances your need for profitability with market rates and client budgets. Common pricing models include hourly rates, project-based fees, retainer arrangements for ongoing services, and value-based pricing tied to client outcomes. Research what other consultants in your niche and region charge, but avoid underpricing your services to win business. Clients often associate higher prices with higher quality, and underpricing can make it difficult to cover your costs and invest in business growth. Starting a consulting business in Texas involves careful attention to legal structure, licensing, taxes, insurance, and contracts. The state's business-friendly environment and diverse economy create opportunities across many industries and specialties. By choosing the right business entity, obtaining necessary permits, securing appropriate insurance, and creating solid client agreements, you build a foundation for long-term success. Focus on defining your niche clearly, delivering exceptional value to clients, and maintaining compliance with applicable regulations. With proper planning and execution, your Texas consulting business can thrive in one of the nation's most dynamic business environments.